Hello, and welcome to Chapter 4 of Chapter Chats with D&D, Denise and David. We are going to be talking about 10. So, 10 is kind of like a retelling, a young adult retelling of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. And
pretty direct, really.
Yeah, teens go out to an island. They were invited by one of the popular girls. It was like people from 3 different schools. And while there, people start dying. And so it's up to our main character to try to figure out what's going on and try to stop the killings. And I will say now, if I had to rate it a Debhead, I would give it 1. Did not like this one.
So I would give it 3, actually. Surprisingly enough.
Well then.
Maybe a 2 and some change. But
okay.
That's only because I've read And Then There Were None. And I actually really enjoyed that one. And this one sort of, kind of, was similar enough that I could look a little bit past the... I'm just going to call it young adultiness.
See, I feel like that's an issue, though. Because for me, you can be young adult and still be on the level of adult themes. And, okay, maybe not Agatha Christie, because she's like the queen of murder mysteries. But, like, you could strive for higher. And it's like, this person, I feel like, didn't plan it out as well. Because I was reading the, like, introduction to Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. And she was like... I planned it out, and it was a lot of work. Like, no one is more proud of this book than I am, because I knew how much work I put into it. And I feel like that did not reflect it. Also, on the back of this, and nowhere on this book does it say that it is basically a retelling of And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. They give no credit to her whatsoever, even though that's clearly what it is. Mm-hmm. So that very much upset me, and has something to do with the one, but also just the storyline and plot just didn't go great with me. So yes, I
think that my just this one is going to be a 2 Deadheads.
I'm sticking with my 1. So just the main character. It's like she tried too hard to be a writer. Like she had like the mind of a writer. I feel like, and it was just like. Too hard, and it wasn't very believable, and I don't know, I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't relate really well to any of them, and they all just, I mean, they tried to have representation. I mean, there was 2 Asian girls, I think. The black guy was the main love interest.
There's the skater kid, it was nice that she brought in a whole bunch of different...
Yeah, it wasn't the type of clique you'd normally be all like, these people hang out with each other all the time. It was like, a football player, a skater, like really into school person. What's it called?
A nerd?
No. Like, because it's not just a nerd, it's like...
An intellectual.
Yes, that's what we'll call them. But like, the teen version. There's a word for it, and I know it. I just can't think of it. Anyway, and, the writer, her best friend, who's bipolar and does suffer a lot, and their relationship, I didn't like their relationship. Like, that was a lot of it, too. And it just, I don't know, I just did not like it. It was just not good for me.
Yeah, I mean, if I were going to pick one 100,000%,
yes.
And Then There Were None. Not just because it's an adult book and the 10 is a young adult book, but...
Content-wise, disappointment. I was so excited, because next time we're doing And Then There Were None, because we were going to compare the 2. And I got really excited, because I was like, yes, a young adult version, because the last time I read that Clue book, it let me down, and I was like, this is gonna be it, and then it wasn't. I'm gonna find a murder mystery that I like in teen. It's gonna happen. One of us is lying, that's my next one. Okay. Anyway, so, This is the time where anyone who subscribes to our Patreon gets to keep watching. We're going to do more of a review of the actual book instead of me just ranting about how much I don't like it and not exactly explaining why, because I don't want to spoil things for people, because, mystery's gotta know what's going on. So, if you would like to hear more, please subscribe.